alaikum. I hope you all are doing well. Today I am going to present my an application Tap to Talk spoken application for the usability of mobile application. Myself Muhammad Furqan Kashif from University of Sialkot, MSCS third semester. This application is designed for illiterate, literate teens and adult persons that have voice issue due to emphasia, nonverbal autism, stroke, or other speech and language disorder. This application is very simple and built for specifically illiterate and audible disabled persons. The specs of this application is tap to talk, that is very easy to understand that just touch the screen and sentence will be quickly speaks automatically. The other feature, save and predict speech. Our speech engine predict that way of user talks, allowing them to fully communicate with complex emotions and extensive vocabulary. Plus, you can easily save and repeat common phrases quickly. Live life, we understand the challenges and isolation that can come from being unable to use your voice. Spoken was designed to empower adults with complex speaking defenses to live bigger. Further, now I am going to present app testing based on usability components. First of all, learnability. In this application, search bar is not available. It should be shown for easily approach to the desired data. Secondly, in app is too simple. Don't have extraordinary gadgets like external book link would be attached uh, to listen the book or website. Application could not have directly back option for the user. Second, app testing evaluation gadgets to examine the app is efficiency. The efficiency is determined for user who have learned the design and how quickly they can perform the task. In this application, tap to talk application, the voice option is not available, like in which vocal accent uh, user that could be listen like as male or female or children voice. And there is no main menu option for ease of user, uh, and too much word suggestion would create mist to the user. Thirdly, memorability. An application could not have sign in and sign up option to save the activities. App has not updated emojis sign that has match word with the real world. Errors. This application is not up to date with the time and asking about paid promotion for update version. Uh, Secondly, in this application, the image size is not fit to the page alignment. A logo of this document is not fully viewed. Satisfaction. This tap to talk application performs well for a wide range of visitors and be technically stable and secure. Application is light for users and good user interface. Now I am going to present the statistical analysis and user interviews. I have conducted interviews and also card sorting from the users to get the idea how to best way of how to best for the uses this application. Firstly, I have taken 5 to 7 users interviews, and the demographic of the users is, the age is between from among the 25 to 35, and the qualification is matric to MPhil, and 80% of the users are married, and further they are 80% of the persons are administrative job holders, and they all are having Android application. The first question that I was asked from the users, that is they using mobile application, Android application. The 100% users were answered yes. The question next, what was your goal when you want to use the mobile application? And in this 40% users are answered for, that they are using for multitasking purposes, and for further 20% for office use, 20% for fun, 20% for good communication. Next, does mobile application help you to achieve your goals with the existing features? And the 100% of the users were answered in yes. For the next, describe a situation in which the mobile application is the most useful to you. 100% of the users uh, told that the application fulfill the desired purposes. Next, is it easy to remember how to use register this application for you? And 75% of the users were answered yes, and 25% answers are no. Next, do you think using a mobile application and visual aids can improve learning? And 100% of the users were answered yes. Further, do you think content is relevant, attractive, appropriate, and clear to you? 75% users were answered yes, and left of the rest of the users respond in no. Next, do you think this application is free from irrelevant material that will be not helpful for your kid? And 40% users were answered yes, and 60% in no. Next, are terminology related to the tasks are appropriate? They answered, all of the users answered yes. Next, what are your suggestions for improvement of the application? And 20% of the users were uh, told that PDF to Word converter, and 20% of the users were answered unlimited leaves, and 20% of the users were answered that voice in comment section. 40% answered could not answered, they don't like to add anything in this to for improvement of the application. Next, to what extent system support your overall learning? And 20% of the users were answered in video calling, 20% are multi-featuring, and 20% for enjoyment. And next, did the application help you to accomplish your goals? 100% of the users were answered yes. Next, how is the navigation of the mobile application? 50% were answered in good, and 50% were answered in very good interface. Next, what do you like most about the mobile application? 50% were answered privacy policy, and 50% were answered that good user interface. Next, what do you like least about the mobile application? 40% were answered that the mobile application was slow, and 20% answered that the ads or commercials in this application was not appropriate for that. 20% next 20% were answered that OTP one time password that may be create hurdles for that for him. 20% that told that uh, charge consuming, maybe the mobile phone uh, could charge next, which feature would you like use the most? 20% were answered that balance check, 20% game challenge, 20% converter, and 20% that exploring friends, and 20% were answered in not answered. Next, are there any feature that you think that you need but are missing in mobile application? 100% were answered in no. Next, how often would you use it? uh, 60% were answered in 5 out of 10, and 20% were answered 8 out of 10, and 20% were answered 9 out of 10. Further, hate you experience using the mobile application. 40% of the peoples were answered 7 out of 10, 20% are answered 8 out of 10, 20% were answered 9 out of 10, and 20% of the users were answered 10 out of 10. Next, here the interface of the mobile application. 70%, 75% of the users were answered yes, and 25% of the users were answered in no. Next, rate the icons. 75% of the users were answered yes, and 25 were answered no. Next, what do you think that the mobile application should improve on? 60% were don't want to uh, improve anything in this application, and 20% were answered in avoid ads, and 20% were answered that email OTP one time password should be added. Next, card sorting. First user that was Mr. Bakas. He has been sorting the mobile application as sound vibration in first, and further secondly display and accessibility, then redeem code, then contact spoken, further see my contact, and lastly personalize my prediction. Next, second user Miss Zoe she also wants to the in first section that see my account, secondly sound and vibration, redeem code, display and accessibility, contact spoken, personalize my prediction. The whole of the video of these users is also attached here below. Third user Mr. Zulkarnain, uh, he also uh, uh, selected that sound and vibration in first, secondly personalize my prediction in thirdly display and accessibility, further contact spoken, and now further redeem code, further see my account. Next, Mr. Ahmed, uh, fourth user, he also firstly select redeem code, then personalize my prediction, display and accessibility, sound and vibration, see my account, and contact spoken. Further, Mr. Dr. Badr, Firstly, see my account, personalize my prediction, sound and vibration, redeem code, contact spoken, display and accessibility. Further, Mr. Zishan, sound and vibration, display and accessibility, contact spoken, see my account, redeem code, personalize my prediction. Further, Mr. Furkan, sound and vibration, personalize my prediction, display and accessibility, see my account, contact spoken, and redeem code. Further, analyze the card sorting in which that personalize my prediction. uh, the first user place this button in third, and second user place in sixth, thirdly 3, fourthly place in 5, fifthly place in 6, sixth user place in third, and seventh user place in third. Second button, display and accessibility. The first user place this button on second place. Second user is placing this button in on third user on one, and fourth user also on one, fifth user also on one, sixth user on second, and seventh user also on one. Third button, according to the application, sound and vibration. First user place this button on fifth place, second user place on also fifth, third user on 2, fourth user on 2, fifth user on 3, sixth user on 4, and seventh user on 2. And the fourth button, uh, contact spoken. The first user place this button on fourth, second user on also 2, third user on 4, fourth user on 3, fifth user on 5, sixth user on 6, and seventh user are also placing this button on 6. Redeem code, first user on 6, second user on 4, third user on 5, fourth user on 6, fifth user on 4, sixth user on 5, seventh user also placing this button on 4. Next, see my account button. First user placing this on first button on first place, second user also on first, third user placing this button on sixth place, fourth user on 4, fifth user on 2, sixth user on 1, and seventh user on 5. Further, app redesigning according to the interviews and card sorting. The home button and main menu has been added at the top on the screen for the ease of user. uh, Back button to the main menu. Back to the main menu button has been added on every pages of the application. About the application, switch account and save activity gadget has been added for the convenience of the user of application. Next, search bar option has been added for the easily reach on the desired function, option, or gadget. Back to the main menu button has been added on every page of application. I have two time sent the this redesign to the person for the evaluation of my design the application, but he could not respond that even on cell phone, on WhatsApp and email. I also keep CR on the CC section, carbon copy section, but he could not respond me. Therefore, he could not give response, so I could not accepted or not accepted. Self critique, In this application, I have added all the possible gadgets option according to the interviews and suggestions of the users, and card sorting technique that is very helpful for redesign the application. Overall, this application is quite simple, and it should be same as it is, because the sole purpose of this application to ease for the illiterate and semi-literate persons. Therefore, complex application or more functions would be created missed for the users. Furthermore, there is always room for the improvement. Nothing is perfect. Should be more prepared if this should be designed on Adobe Photoshop. However, that have a variety of function for this purpose. Thank you.